Hello everyone, my name is Hamswaini Anaprumpantilaraman. My metric number is 282072.
Our mission is to support the public in rural areas to give cancer prevention education, early screening and test quality treatments and supporting cancer research institutes. My Cancer Care also promotes and facilitates collaborating among doctors to provide services to people in rural areas. While for the vision is committed to fighting cancer together for those in need every step of the way. While for the objective, first, to provide cancer education to the public in rural areas through community-involved awareness activities. Second, to provide mental and emotional support through counseling and support groups. Third, to assist all patients with obtaining financial assistance for things such as medication, treatment, home care, childcare, transportation to and from treatment. The fourth one is to cooperate and enter arrangement with many relevant medical institutions, organizations and charities, while the final one is to support and unite cancer patients and survivors as supportive and motivational community. Our goal is to provide financial, counseling, treatment to patients in rural areas in Malaysia within 5 years. The definition for planning is a management function that involves setting goals and agreeing on the course of action to achieve those objectives. Planning needs managers to be aware of the external factors facing their organization and to predict future circumstances. It is also need to execute to the excellent decision makers. Planning is a process made up by many stages, such as strategic planning, tactical planning, operational planning. The method begins with environmental scanning, which basically means the planners need to be aware of critical contingencies facing their business in terms of economic condition, their competitors, and their customers. Planners will attempt to forecast potential situation. These forecasts are the foundation of preparation. Strategic planning. Strategic planning includes identifying strategic opportunities and threats, as well as the strengths and weakness of the enterprise, and to determine how to position the organization in a competitive environment. Strategic planning is most frequently carried out by the management of the company. My Cancer Care aims to provide funding to cancer patients in rural areas in Malaysia within 5 years. In order to do this, the board of directors and the management would have to spend so much of time preparing themselves to present circumstances. Strategic planning builds to commitment making in very important for all levels of the company to be active. The committee should include creative energy thinkers for management and non-management workers and the board of directors. My Cancer Care prefers to bring an independent doctor, such as might be the volunteer or might be the paid doctors, to initiate conversations and to participate in external interviews with the volunteers to provide cancer patients with the services. Tactical planning. Tactical planning shall take the strategic planning of the company and shall lay down to concentrate short-term steps and strategies, usually by department of role of the company. The tactical planning horizons is much more shorter than strategic planning. If strategic plan is a period of 5 years, the tactical plan must be between 1 to 3 years. Operation planning. Operation planning is a method of connecting strategic goals to operational objectives. It defines milestones requirement for success and explains how or what portion of strategic plan will be executed with a specific operating period. Operational risks are those arising from the person, system or procedures by which an agency function and may include other type of risks such as fraud, legal risk, physical and environment risk. For example, when we are starting our organization within 1 year and we are lack of experience, when we have donations for those patients who are in need, and we have to make sure that those money is not legitimate, which is it should be legal money, because we don't want to have a donation money where it could risk our organization and it will risk the fund of our cancer patient. In this case, the possibilities of the surgery will be used by the Malaysian Care Cancer, in particular where the funds or donation have been collected for patient. It enables to avoid from fraud and all kind of risk. This is the risk that I was talking about earlier, where we don't want to make our patients to be in risk, where we promise them to have their funds and all, and suddenly we are going through to the risk where the money is not valid, it is not legal, and we can't proceed with the surgery, or we can't proceed with the treatment, which will affect the client's or the patient's health, and it will affect the mental blockage to everyone. Managers need both a tactical and strategic planning program, and this system need to be closely connected in order to be successful. Thus, it can be concluded that this relationship should be dealt with very closely, and the use of several random scale matrices in certainly and logically clear solution. So basically, strategic planning is usually for a long period, which is within 5 years, and what we're going to do. So we, My Cancer Care, are going to provide medical care in one place first, and we are going to establish in whole Malaysia, in rural areas, to provide them more treatments. While for tactical planning is within 3 years. What are we going to do within 3 years? So we have to expand within 3 years in Malaysia. And how are we going to we are going to advertise in televisions. We are going to post in. We're going to mention in the hospitals where these people who needs help, they could come and have their treatment there. While the operational planning is the last but not least, that the risk that we have to go through during the period of in the first year, especially because the risks are higher. And that's all for planning. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. My name is Azizul from Group 23. Today I'm going to describe about organizations for our group. So the contents that I will describe is what organizations definitions and how was our company organizations work. For me, organizations is the process of identifying and grouping the work to be done. It also to determining and delegating responsibility, enabling people to work together most effectively in achieving objective. It is very important because all employees will bear the responsibility required by personnel in performing various functions in the company. Due to the important role of the organizations, most companies have their own organizations. In every organization, has a culture that has been established as a guide for employees to work more efficiently. So, what is meaning by organization culture? Organizational culture refers to the general norms or belief, value, knowledge, and patterns of behavior that are usually possessed by a person or a group of people. Therefore, a good culture is very important in an organization to create a good environment among employees who are working. At our company, we also train all employees to follow the culture we have practiced. For example, the job of every leader in our organization is to help inspire every employee to implement the strategy. This is very important because all employees can do the work and get the result at the maximum level. In addition, each employee must also comply with the flow of the organization. This is very important so that every job is on the right track and can achieve the long-term goals. We aim to make the workplace better, and ultimately they have a deeper sense of satisfaction with our clients. We also place our client as our top priority by stating this work is a full and good work. We focus on the external environment and desire to provide results, certification and productivity to all our clients. Lastly, every employee should respect each other. It will keep a collaboration to focusing achieve our missions and visions. We define an organization as a group of people working together. Therefore, each work position performed is called an organizational structure. It must be related to every position held by a leader and employee. Organization structure can be seen briefly through the organization chart. So, this is an organization chart for our company. I will tell more details about their respective parts. The first is the executive director. Our executive director is responsible for our company as a whole. She will monitor every task in each department to ensure the work is done according to the right current. She also responsible to implement strategic directions and make final dedications for all activities involving the company. Every business of the company must be verified by her, such as holding a program, establishing a cooperative relationship with donors, confirming the withdrawal and inflow of company money, holding meetings to get allocations from each department, and ensuring position in the organizations. The first department is Finance Department, led by Assistant Director of the Finance Divisions, who in charge of checking the bookkeeping and financial report, prepared by the Senior Accountant and Assistant Accountant on the financial inflow and outflow of the company, which in turn will be verified by Executive Director. They will issue a financial report launched every 1 month. They will also make the financial transactions and the use of transactions money accurately. They manage all quotations letters related to the company's finance. Senior accountants work more financially, while admin work in related to employee and company affairs. The second department is fundraising, consists of Assistant Director of Fundraising and Assistant Fundraising. Fundraising is very important to ensure that the company has sponsorship that can save the company's output costs. The fundraising department need to ensure that the company has sponsorships by establishing partnership with other companies that want to donate to our charity organizations. They need to introduce our organizations to the donor and attract them all about the benefits of being one of our donors. After reaching the consensus with the donors, they need to hold a meeting with the executive directors to discuss the partnership further. In conclusions, the fundraising department is more into maintaining partnerships with donors and finding people who want to donate. The third department is communications. Communication is important to create an awareness organizations for the community. The main task is to control communications between users and our organizations, headed by Assistant Director of Communications, assist by Digital Marketing Communications and Information Technology Support. The last department is program. Program department is the department responsible for holding and managing an event such as treatment of patients, interactions between the doctor or hospital, and creating cancer awareness program. They will handle all types of company-related program. The department is crucial to ensure that program can be run properly. With the program be run like this, we'll be able to tell the public about the cancer. The most places that will organize this place are like public areas such as malls and inland such as a village. As a conclusion, in order to achieve the goals of the organizations, all members must understand their respective positions and roles from time to time. That is one important factors in the success of company. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Wanur Huda Munira binti Wan Muhammad Sadri. My matric number is 281976. I will present you about leading in organization. Leading, one of these management center features, is the third component of the organization. Leadership skills include encouraging, transmitting, inspiring, and managing workers' productive development. Leading includes the social and informal outlets of power that you use to motivate others to take action. If executives are good leaders, their subordinates would be excited about making attempts to accomplish organization goals. Personality analysis and work attitude tests offer valuable insight as to how managers should direct subordinates most efficiently. Motivation and motivation theory studies provide useful details about the ways in which employees can be energized to make productive effort. A key function is to optimize productivity and to achieve organizational objectives, contributing to business management. One of the many functions that lead covers is to direct the subordinate toward the target and to ensure their progress. The following points are addressed to justify the significance of leading in a business management problem. In this project, we had 6 leading in organization. First is motivating employee. Second, building morale and satisfaction. Third, coordination among all. Fourth, ensuring proper work environment. Fifth, initiating the first step. And the last one is guidance and development.
Motivating employee. One of the key phases of leadership in a company inspiring workers and getting the best out of them. When staff are motivated according to their needs, they strive to be more competitive in their jobs and they work more efficiently. By keeping them engaged, a leader leads the workers so that they can do their portion of the job properly. Motivation can be either altruistic or participative, and a leader must be determined which one of the choose according to the background of cooperative action of the corporate cultures and employee. Building morale and satisfaction. Being positive in the back of the mind and feeling a sense of accomplishment allows the workers to achieve productivity and effectiveness. It will contribute to the corporate objective, and by leading them, an ideal leader will use this. A leader should strive to establish a sense of accomplishment that the workers are lacking, and they can turn them into assets for the company by creating morale among them. It is important aspect to direct the employee and support them through that by building trust in them and maintaining the company objective.
Coordination among all. Some of the most important things are to be specific about the terms to deliver the correct message and to keep sensitive information away from the staff. While leading, it must be ensured that proper communication is ensured among the workforce. Only if successful collaboration is present within the organization framework can proper synchronization between the organization achieved. Environment. A proper work environment plays a crucial role in the stable and sound development of the company. It will help to achieve business objectives by leading subordinates in an atmosphere where the workforce is relaxed. A great leader is a person who listens to the struggles of their workers and leads them to a near-perfect solution that specific issues. Workers must be handled with due respect and work-friendly atmosphere in which their voice can be heard introduces employee and brings more focus into the mission and advancement of the company. Intimidating the first step. It is an important part of designing a system that will be followed to accomplish the goal of the company and direct the employee towards it. The most important role in the company is to properly lead the workers. The leader should direct the employee to the organizational target, then the enterprise will simply fail. Good communication, appropriate information, and a clear vision of the organizational objective can assist a leader to undertake the first planning phase. Guidance and development. Leading role in business management is to start the project according to schedule. Workers must be productive and successful in their work to ensure its success. Then, the obligation of leaders to ensure that the workforce is properly performing their part of the job with full awareness. And the last one is subordinate and delivering real-time assistance allow the workers to develop and to ensure the best result in their workplace. That's all from me. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Nautica binti Shamsul Majidin, matrix number 281692. I will be presenting Controlling and Management for the non-profit organization My Cancer Care. Let's start by understanding what is controlling. Well, for those who don't know, controlling means managing performance to compare them with goals and taking corrective action if needed. Why is controlling so important? Well, it actually has 7 importances. First, to adapt to change, to find irregularities, to reduce costs, increase productivity, discover new opportunities, provide feedback, and lastly, to help decentralize decision making. Okay, first step in controlling is establishing standards. Standards? Oh, you know, setting goals for what you want to achieve, like what you do in life. Don't forget, there are 2 types of standards, input and output. At My Cancer Care, we have established standards in every level of process, before, during, and after a task is performed. Every aspect of our organization has its own individual standards, such as quality of food, quality of service, environmental standards, and so on. Second step is measuring performance. Measuring performance means regular measurement of results or performance which we use as data. This data can come in 3 forms, either written report, oral report, or just personal observation. Let's say, what if My Cancer Care didn't measure performance? Well, then how would we know how much money we raised? Who donated what item? How many volunteers do we have? How did our last campaign went? Thus proves that measuring performance is very crucial. Third step is comparing performance with standards. What do we do when we have this data of performance? Well, we have to compare them and see that did we succeed in achieving our standards or did we fail achieving them. Then, after comparing, managers will know if someone will get a promotion or a raise, or someone's going to get an earful from the manager later on. And that is where control charts come in. These control charts help managers to make these decisions by setting upper and lower standards for our organization. And the fourth and last step for controlling is taking corrective action, quote, if needed. This process requires managers to address the root of the problem if they find it necessary. Managers can also opt to manage by exception. If they think one aspect can help improve the organization, they can do so by opting for managing for exception. We at Cancer Care find this step very, very serious and very important to us because as a non-profit organization, we have to maintain our good performance so that we can strengthen trust within our community. In a nutshell, did I succeed in convincing you that controlling is an important aspect in managing? If so, thank you. That is all from me.